Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to Propaganda with Mick and Jacob.
Okay. Did you hear that they had a color of the year?
No. Why is there a color of the year?
I didn't know this was a thing. Apparently Pantone comes out with a color every year.
Who's Pantone?
They're like the color god. They, like, designers will go to them for making sure that the colors are the same across designs, you know, for like printing, digital.
Yeah.
And then they have like a whole system of you can find colors, you can whatever, you know, it's like a whole thing.
Okay. What's the color of the year?
So the color of the year is white.
We're so back. We're so back. What does that even mean? Why? Well, white white's the color of the year. What is that?
Yeah, I guess.
Why do they need a color of the year?
I don't know. It like represents the tone of the year. It like represents what's going on that year, and
how do they come up with this crap?
I don't know, and I don't really care. It's just it's like a whole thing.
There's like a million colors of the rainbow. How do they choose?
Well, that's good. Then
White.
they'll have a color for every year for a while.
I guess so.
But the color of the year is white. And as you can probably imagine, people aren't very happy with it.
Why? It's just a color.
No, but it's not. It's a bad color. White is bad. So, genuinely, people are actually upset because it's a shade of white. Designers, I guess, are upset because it's lazy. It's like, why would you choose white if it's just, like, pick an actual, like, new color, like a fun one? I guess I could see that. I guess. But also, I like the color white for design. I think it's, like, clean and it can be cozy.
What type of white was it? I'm looking for it right here. 2024 was like a peach one.
Oh, yeah.
Like a tan or like a peach.
So,
I'm looking at Pantone's colors of the year from last decade.
What was 2020? Was it black?
No, 2020 was classic blue.
Okay.
But who won the election in 2020?
Oh.
It was like the blue wave, remember?
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
interesting. Sorry.
This color is called Cloud Dancer. And they say it signifies a fresh start. Like, this is Pantone talking. And it's peeling away layers of outmoded thinking. We open the door to new approaches.
That's fair. It's 2025. We just hit like the first quarter of the century. We're going into 2026.
All right, that makes sense.
It's a good optic, I feel like, for the year.
In a Time magazine interview, they said that this year's pick is to represent serenity and tranquility. It's
as whiteness often does.
Pantone says it is an ever need in a frenetic society.
Okay.
So they picked white to symbolize peace. That makes sense. Like,
yeah.
a dove is usually peace, like white. But people had an issue with it. They were like, "What do you like?" I'm serious. Like, I went to Pantone's like TikTok and social media, and people were in the comments were like, "Really?
It's
really?
a color.
In this climate, you're gonna pick white? Are you serious?"
It's just a color.
What would you rather them pick? Black, brown, yellow, red? Like,
yeah.
I don't like why any other color isn't racially based, but why is white like that? I don't know. Whatever. Fine. Let it be racially based then. I don't think it is. I genuinely don't think it is. It seemed like they were trying to go for a peace vibe.
Right.
But I even saw an interview where this lady, I don't know, she was on some board of executives for Pantone, and she was saying in this like press conference that they knew that there would be heat and they knew that there would be backlash if they picked white.
That's crazy.
And that's crazy that they even thought of that. But they were like, we still wanted to go with it because of what it represented, and we wanted to represent this fresh start, clean slate, peace.
Well, colors give off energy. Isn't that the whole science behind like blue is like calm and like yellow makes you hungry?
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, so colors obviously, at least scientifically, they give people a feel or a sense of like.
And that was what she was saying too, is that their color of the year sets the tone and mood for the year. So they're very careful with what they choose, and they want it to represent what people are feeling, the climate, everything.
Why do they do it at the end of the year?
This is 2026. Okay. Did I say 2025's color of the year at the beginning?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. They picked 2026's color of the year.
Okay.
So 2026 is the color of white.
Okay.
You are not allowed to be mad at that. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
You can't.
Mean, if it was a black color, if it was just black, that would be like, okay, this is a kind of using your metaphor here, but this is like a black canvas that you can color and decorate and inspire how you want to, you know? But white, which is the exact same thing, you know, white you can put color on too. Like same with black, you can put color on it. Like that wouldn't be seen as like a blank canvas. That's just like a black picturesque of filling in what you want to do, you know? Like that wouldn't be seen as bad. But of course the white canvas, the white blank piece of paper, the white wall that you want to decorate for the new start of the year, that's the problem they have. Whatever. That's crazy. Who cares about the color of the year? I don't know.
I kind of do. Yeah, you want to see... So this is a Time article that I was talking about.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
I think it's peaceful and calm. I don't know why people would have an issue with it. It's not even technically white. Like, it's not like FFFFF. It's actually...
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that color.
What the heck is happening?
That.
That's like a gray.
Yeah, it's almost like a gray, honestly.
Yeah.
It's not even like a true white. But, hey, and I don't know. I guess I'm not like a graphic designer or designer in anything. I did take graphic design classes, so I have like very little knowledge. But for the people that are saying that it's lazy and not a true color, I think that's such BS. White is the basis of every color. I think it's the one color that everything else is based off of. Of course it could be a color of the year. They're like, oh, this is so lazy.
They'll make up a random like blue-green mix and say it's the newest color they've never invented before.
Yeah.
You know? But like, I don't know, like normal colors or like off shades of normal colors. Like if it was like a dark gray like off of black or a light gray off of white, like how is that not just as... Genuinely
comments were saying that. They're like, they couldn't have gone for like a gray shade.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think that would carry the message that they wanted to carry of peace and whatever. Anyway, I didn't know there was a color of the year literally up until I saw that TikTok of some black lady complaining that it was white. And I was like, what is she talking about, color of the year? Like, I'm like, there's no way. There is a way. Always there's a way. On the topic of white oppression, University of Alabama suspended 2 university-funded magazines. You know what I'm talking about. So, if you haven't heard of this...
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't?
Wait, white oppression?
This is white oppression, Jacob.
All right.
In its glory.
I'll let you,
so there were 2 student magazines at the University of Alabama. They were funded by the university. That's important.
Okay.
There was 1956, and this was a magazine focused on black culture, black excellence, and black student experiences. So, a great read.
What was 1956?
I have no idea. I don't know the significance of that.
You must be racist.
My bad. I don't know black history. Well, if 1956 would have been around, I could have learned about black culture. And then there's Alice, the second magazine that was defunded, and that was more of a wellness lifestyle magazine. This was their mission statement from their website. Quote, our mission is to help students learn how to feel comfortable in their journey of navigating college life during this transition from teen to adult years, end quote. So it honestly looks like it's targeted more towards women, but in 2025, that means men too. That can mean anyone.
Okay. Inclusive?
Yeah.
All right.
So these were defunded basically because they were 2 big DEI projects. The black one was created in 2020, naturally, and the university claimed that it was exclusive, and they wanted things to be inclusive. So they wanted magazines that could be targeted and
towards all the students,
approachable to anyone. Yeah, right.
That makes sense.
So they wanted student-led magazines that, anyone could read. And so they're working towards more of a piece like that, and that's why they defunded these 2 magazines.
Okay, that's fair. And also the university's funding it, so they have the right to choose what to fund and what not to fund.
Right.
If it's a public university, then they probably shouldn't be choosing one group over the other, so I think that's good, right? They shouldn't be choosing whites over blacks or blacks over whites. It's good that they're not, like, going to decide between one or the other. But yeah, if they're funding it, they have the right to pull their funds or not. So,
actually,
what, is everyone upset that...
Of course they're upset. It's a black magazine and a woman's magazine. I think that they should not defund them. I think they should keep them up there because I don't like the idea that something can be for everyone. I think when something is for everyone, then it's for no one.
That's a good take. All right.
So there's no way, yes, they're all college students, but there's no way that any magazine would appeal to all college students of any gender, race, background. There's no way. There's too many, especially at a huge university like Alabama.
True.
I think they should absolutely keep those on. Why not? Yeah, if the black people want to have a black magazine, go for it. If there's a wellness and lifestyle magazine for women, then go for it. But then, I want to see a magazine about my culture, my white culture. I want to see a magazine for men, whatever, sports magazine, whatever, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Lifting weights, whatever men do.
Yeah.
I want to see more magazines like that. If they're going to get rid of a magazine, they cannot replace it with a magazine that's for everyone, because then it will be for nobody. No one's going to read that. You and I aren't going to be interested in the same magazine. Yeah. You probably wouldn't even read a magazine.
No.
So I say keep them. I don't think they should get rid of it. Keep it.
They should have 1956 and 1776. And then there could be
Yep.
They could focus on different topics, and they'll have different interest groups, and different people will enjoy them and support them. That's a good point, though. If you try to make it for everyone, it ironically becomes appealable to no one.
Yeah.
So some kids here are poor, some are rich, some have scholarships, some don't. Some are super athletic and are on sports teams, others are mega nerds and they're in the honors college, it is hard. It's close to impossible to get something that is a universal experience for everyone there.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can know this, look at your friend group. Your friends are probably similar to you. You guys probably have similar interests, but you're not the same, You most likely didn't all grow up the same. You most likely don't all have the same jobs or the same interests all the time, It is impossible to appeal to everyone's interests all the time at once, That's a good point. But the problem is they would never allow that. So it's better to take the funding away from a group that's only targeting a specific subgroup of students at the university, than it is to fund just particular interests. So. And
I don't know if, when they mean it was too exclusive, I don't know if there was an issue where they were only hiring black journalists or only hiring black students for experience. Mm-hmm. Magazines like this, they're student projects, so there are opportunities for students to get experience before they go into the real world. So if they're only hiring a certain race, that is a problem. I don't know if that was an issue.
Well, and then you have the problem of if it's a group or a magazine or something being funded by the university, that usually means there's some sort of faculty involvement as well. So then you have the problem of a professor or an employee or a faculty person there that's getting paid or helping out or funding or whatever. They're funding a project that's only supporting half the group, a small sect of the group that the professor or the faculty member or the teacher is involved with or teaching or helping out, you know? So the problem with it being funded by the university is they're most likely not giving a random kid thousands of dollars to go do the magazine. Mm-hmm. It's most likely an official, it's most likely an official employee of the school. So it really is to its deepest level, the school is funding something,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know who they were hiring. I imagine the 1956 one, I imagine it was all black people. I don't know if they wouldn't have hired white people. I don't know. But I didn't like the idea that they were trying to just do a magazine for everyone. That's worse than DEI. Everyone just have one magazine and you're all going to like it and you're all going to read it. It's not realistic ever on a college campus. Are you kidding me? But as you imagine, people were pretty mad. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know. But surprisingly, I don't think they should take them away. Let's add to the pile of diversity. Let's add an Asian one.
Right.
Let's add a Native American one. Hey,
Right. Well, isn't the University of Alabama, isn't that on conquered land? Isn't that on stolen land? Isn't that Native American, isn't that their space?
We should probably have a magazine honoring that, too.
It should probably be funded by the school, too, in thanks, in representation of,
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it doesn't seem all that inclusive to me. I know it's being pretty nitpicky, but why isn't that logic equally applied? So,
yeah, right, I know. Why is it only...
Never is.
Yeah.
So, a few days ago, the World Cup drawing for all the national teams was done. And for those people that don't care about soccer, it still affects you because the World Cup for 2026, which is taking place this upcoming summer, it's taking place in 3 countries: Canada, United States, and Mexico, primarily in the U.S., obviously. And it's going to host 48 teams, including Canada, Mexico, the U.S. It's going to host 48 teams. It's the biggest World Cup ever. And it's kind of a big deal, right? A lot of the big superstars from soccer, from football, they're retiring. This is their last season. This is their last World Cup chance. There's a lot of like young, new, really talented players that are coming up. So, whatever. It's cool. It's really cool. It's good for the country. We can talk about like the politics of it a little bit later too. But what I thought was funny is at the drawing of the World Cup, Trump happens to draw the U.S., which is kind of funny. He's like, USA, I love this country. But he draws the U.S., which is really either completely staged or random. But I thought it was funny, whatever. So then the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, I forget how you say his first name, Infantino, he presents Trump the first ever FIFA Peace Prize. Okay?
Oh.
So they made a FIFA Peace Prize for this year. The first ever one done, and it is awarded to Donald Trump.
Oh my gosh.
So Mr. Infantino says,
okay.
"Oh, thank you, Trump. Whatever. You're the best. You're so peaceful." He said Trump should have won the Nobel Peace Prize for the ceasefire in Gaza. And he said the whole reason that the FIFA Peace Prize was created was to unite peace and unity and whatever around the world. And I mean, it's just a dumb prize, but it's kind of cool in the sense of like, soccer is the most popular sport worldwide. It's the most played sport worldwide. There's 48 countries. Like, is there another sport that has 48 countries besides the Olympics? Which is like whatever, represented in one sport for one tournament that happens once every 4 years.
That is crazy.
So, it is kind of cool that it's like he's the biggest, most powerful leader of the biggest, most powerful country. So he does have a lot of say in what can and does happen. So I thought that was kind of cool. I also think that's him trying to get a dig in to the U.S. to get a foothold for whatever, for more soccer programs or whatever, more attention and I think it's a really good chance for the sport to be in the U.S. I know this is a little off topic, but I just thought that was funny because people are freaking out that Trump won the FIFA Peace Prize.
Why?
Well, for the same reason that he wins any award.
He just doesn't deserve it?
Right. It's rigged. He doesn't deserve it. It's just terrible. It's an injustice. There's so many other people who could have won the award and blah, 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 blah. But, yeah.
Good for him.
We'll see what happens.
I can't believe they created it. That's probably why people are mad. They created an award.
I mean, it's the first year. It's because the World Cup is happening in the U.S. It's obviously that's what it's for.
Yeah.
It's for the stage. It's for publicity, So I understand why they did it. It's just funny that they make this award specifically for Trump, and they're like, "Oh, here's the first time we've ever done it, and Trump wins," So
guess what?
I thought it was kind of funny, and everyone's up in arms, but whatever. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. I'm interested because when the World Cup takes place, everyone's going to be traveling here. Trump has already issued a ton of warnings about traveling to the U.S., watching games here, and he's very specific about what visas you need to get, what papers you need to have, when you're coming, when you're going. I think what's basically going to happen is there's a very easy chance for people to come to the U.S. to watch these games and for a lot of people to stay.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big concern from the Trump administration. They've done such a good job closing the border. They haven't deported as many people as we'd like to see, but they have done a good job closing the border and preventing people from coming in. But now this summer, we're going to host, let's be fair here, 48 countries.
Right.
Half of them are third world countries, at least. So we're going to host a ton of third world countries who everyone and their mother that lives there would rather be in the U.S. We know that because, why? Oh, because they all try illegally walking thousands of miles to get here. So we know that they want to stay either way. Now it's just he's given fair warning. It's going to be pretty strict, I'm guessing, during the World Cup, I'm sure there's going to be an increase in ICE presence, an increase in police presence, in security, all these things, which you would have anyways at an event at this scale throughout all the stadiums across the U.S. But I think I'll be interested mainly to see how Trump handles that situation. If we get numbers after how many people stayed, all these returning flights with the visas, the temporary visa holders, how many people are on them?
Yeah.
What countries more people stayed from, So we'll see.
When is it? Next summer?
This summer, yeah, like this upcoming summer.
2026?
Yeah,
Ooh. Yeah.
it's exciting. It's not exciting. Like the U.S. men's team is not that good. It's not exciting really for them, but it'll be a good World Cup. It's the biggest one yet.
Does Messi play?
Yeah, he does play. And Ronaldo, their last World Cup. So
Really?
we talked about him a few weeks ago. Like that was another reason I think Ronaldo visited Trump at the White House, was kind of like
Right.
the U.S. It's the next new event, whatever. So, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Cool. That's a really good point about people coming into this country.
That was my
Yeah.
first thought. And the Trump administration has been talking about it ever since he got elected, because like for non-soccer people, they don't get it, but like this is such a big event. I think the last World Cup in the U.S. was in 1996.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's been 30 years.
Oh my gosh.
So people don't understand like the scale of it,
Yeah.
you know, and it's a big deal. So we'll see how it all goes down, but it's good that they obviously know people are going to try to stay, and they need to be strict about it. So
where specifically is it being held? Is it several stadiums, or is it like in LA?
no, it's several stadiums. I should look it up. I think there's like 11 different stadiums across the
Oh,
U.S.
jeez. Oh, okay. I was thinking this was like one stadium. I'm like, ew. But that doesn't make sense.
I mean, there's so many. So there's going to be 104 games.
In the U.S. alone?
No, in total, 104 games split across the three. Most of them, the majority of them, will be in the U.S. They're spread across 11 cities: L.A., Dallas, Atlanta, New York, New Jersey at the MetLife Stadium. I think is where the host or where the final will be. The Chiefs Stadium, I know there's one. Seattle, Boston. So across basically the 11, some of the biggest stadiums across the U.S.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! And Mamdani will be mayor.
New York, yeah.
Are there or like Middle Eastern teams?
Yes.
I don't know soccer at all.
Are there Muslim teams?
There's
There's
Muslim
Middle
teams?
Eastern teams. There's African teams. I mean, I could go nerd out, but basically there's the Americas, there's Europe, there's Africa, there's Asia, then there's like Oceania. So there's like all the different groups, and only a certain amount of teams are allowed to qualify from each group, and then they're all split up into 4 different pools, and then of those 4 pools they make a bunch of groups, and then they have to make it out of their group stage. But yeah, there's teams from everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
In summary, there's teams from everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I was
World Cup. It's like world.
Well, okay, yeah. I was just thinking, like, I don't know how many countries can afford to have a team. I don't know. But
48 countries, at least.
I didn't know how many of those would have been from, like, the Middle East when they're, like, in the middle of a war. Like, it's a war zone.
Iran is in it.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Okay, Iran. I was thinking, oh, my gosh, we're going to have a Muslim mayor of New York City. And if we have teams from predominantly Muslim areas, I really wonder how strict they're going to be about visas, about leaving, about, I don't know, because Mamdani was pretty against having ICE in New York and having ICE present.
Yeah. Canada, Mexico, the U.S., obviously. And
Are you
then
naming all the teams?
I'm about to.
Okay.
Africa. Well, this is important for the politics of their land, and now they're coming here. From Africa, we have Algeria, Cape Verde, Egypt, Ivory Coast, Morocco, Senegal, South Africa, Tunisia. Most of those are majority Muslim countries. Asia, we have Australia, which is, I think they're a part of the Oceania. But Australia, Iran, Japan, Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia,
Whoa.
South Korea, Uzbekistan. Then in Europe, we have Austria, Belgium, Croatia, England, France, Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Scotland, Spain, Switzerland. Oh, and then Oceania, I guess, is New Zealand. And then obviously there's the Americas: Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Paraguay, Uruguay, Curacao, Panama, and Haiti.
Jeez.
But I'm sure there's more. But yeah, it's a big deal.
Do you think that's going to be a way for them? I mean, you already kind of said this, but like, especially with, like a Muslim presence in the United States, to be for a way to them. Well, do you think it will be a way for them to come into the U.S. and stay here?
I'm sure a lot of people will try to stay here illegally, and I'm sure some people will get away with it. I don't think it's the majority from Muslim countries. This is a good chance for them to, but the majority of illegals are from South America and from Central America, you know? So
Should we have not been part of the World Cup this year? I'm not competing in it, but like hosting it because of how fragile we are with
Yeah, but the World Cup's decided like 20 years in advance. Like they have like 2048
Oh,
or whatever.
oh, okay.
like, ready.
I was thinking this was like decided yesterday.
No. Like teams, like countries bid to like get the World Cup spot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Usually like 10, 20 years.
So this has been known.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's an example. The last World Cup 2022 was in Qatar. How many people coming from other countries came to watch their team play in Qatar and then were like, yeah, this is way better than where I'm from, I'm going to stay here? Probably not that many people. I'm not saying Qatar's a terrible country. I'm just saying there's not that many people that probably wanted to stay in Qatar over choosing their family and whatever, where they're from.
Yeah.
There are, however, a ton of people who will want to stay in the U.S. So, and then there'll be the argument of, oh, well, if they can afford to see a game in the U.S., then why can't they afford to do it the right way? And, well, probably because doing it the right way is more expensive than going to a game. And second of all, because time and legality, just because you can afford it doesn't mean we automatically let you in, you know? And the legal process takes forever. So, I don't know. If I was a single person from Central or South America that had nothing to lose, I'd gather up all my money, buy a one-way ticket to a World Cup game, and see what I can get away with. I don't know. Like,
yeah, honestly,
I don't blame them for trying it. I just, like, you can understand why they would want to. And I don't want this whole, like, oh, it's a terrible country. Who would want to stay here? Well, apparently millions and millions of illegals that came here under Biden's administration would rather be here than home. So I think the same logic applies to people visiting for a couple weeks or a month at a time to watch the World Cup. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, that segment was way too long. But
no, it's interesting. I don't know anything about it.
I legitimately think there's going to be an insane security presence. There's going to be ICE. Like, it's already the United States, so it's already, there's going to be problems. There's going to be a lack of infrastructure. There's going to be so many people.
I was just going to say.
It's crazy. Soccer fans are crazy. We're already in for a wild ride. I'm just sure that the aftermath of the World Cup will be figuring out, oh, why did half this plane from Venezuela not go back to Venezuela? Oh, well.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'm here to see the World Cup. I'm here to see it. Don't deport me.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how all that goes down. But, yeah. That's all I have. Sorry, that was kind of a long segment.
No, I don't know anything about it, so I'm like, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that many teams were competing.
Yeah. From
such countries that I didn't think would really...
Yeah.
That soccer would not be their first priority right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Propaganda. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit subscribe on YouTube at Propaganda MJ. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We'll see you next week.